Lucy. How's your packing going? Are you ready for it? You must be so excited.
Hi, Danielle. What are you talking about? Why am I supposed to be packing, and what should I be ready for?
I'm talking about your trip to Hawaii with Mason. Your flight is tonight. Have you arranged the ride? It won't be too busy at the airport since it's a weekday today, but it's always a good idea to arrange it in advance. I told Mason that I would drop you guys off, but he didn't want me to. Do you need a ride? I won't mind giving you one.
A trip to Hawaii with Mason? I've never heard of such a thing. Mason never mentioned it to me. Did he tell you he's going on a trip with me? Are you sure he said that? How am I supposed to afford such an expensive plane ticket to Hawaii when I barely make ends meet? I will never be able to afford a trip unless you give me the money for it. Oh, wait. Is this supposed to be a surprise? Why, though? It's not my birthday or any special occasion.
It seems my suspicions were correct. He was lying. I really wanted to believe he wasn't lying. Lucy, I am sorry for crushing your dreams, but there is no such thing as a trip to Hawaii or anything like that. I guess I can't ignore a woman's intuition. Bad feelings have never been wrong.
What are you talking about? You're the one who brought up a trip to Hawaii, and now you're saying there's no such thing?
It appears he assumed I would readily believe him if he brought up the idea of going on a trip with you, because you and I don't talk often. It's perplexing to me why men can effortlessly fabricate lies in such situations. I find it challenging to comprehend their tendency to deceive so effortlessly. He should have put more effort into his lies if he didn't have guts to tell me the truth.
Because he's so cute and innocent, don't you get it? Irrespective of the passage of time, it seems that sons have an innate ability to maintain their innocence and purity, whereas daughters often resort to employing cunning tactics. Having raised both a son and a daughter, I can confidently assert that a son possesses a certain coolness and genuineness that surpasses the qualities of a whiny and sensitive daughter. Hence, it makes me wonder why you didn't take my advice seriously when I repeatedly urged you to have a child as your mother-in-law. Why must you devote yourself so wholeheartedly to your career when you're a woman? A woman's priority should be her family, not her career. He wouldn't have lied to you to go on a trip if you had followed my counsel and had a child with him.
You're not listening to me. I'm saying your innocent son is going on a trip behind my back by lying to me. Then why are you bringing up my career and urging me to have a baby? Your son is definitely onto something suspicious, and why should I be listening to you nagging at me?
Suspicious? Are you saying my innocent son is cheating on you or something?
You already have an idea, don't you? Lately, he comes home late, every evening, using excuses like golf and fishing on weekends to spend time outside. His attitude toward me has also changed significantly, and it's hard not to suspect that there might be another woman involved. From your perspective, is it acceptable that women need to prioritize their family while men can prioritize things other than family? Is it deemed acceptable and forgivable for one spouse to be unfaithful if the couple doesn't have children together? If there were children between you two, he would have at least tried to be faithful to his family. But because you've lost her attractiveness, his love for you has faded, and without children, how easy do you think it would be for my son to meet other women? He might be flirting with them because his life with you is dull, and he just wants to have some fun. Why do you scrutinize and fuss over it? Can't you just let him do as he pleases? Every man has a partner or two. That's how they are. It's embedded in their DNA. For them, infidelity is like having a cup of coffee. It's like a sweet and fragrant caramel latte that you indulge in occasionally when your mouth feels empty after enjoying a delicious meal. It may be sweet, but consuming too much is unhealthy and disrupts sleep. Therefore, it's like having a cup of coffee as a treat after eating a healthy meal. Drinking coffee doesn't mean you're skipping a meal, does it? Is everything okay with you? Are you having dementia already? I'm sure you're getting old, but you're not old enough to have dementia. You're saying a load of crap that doesn't even make sense. What do you mean by infidelity is just like having a cup of coffee? What did coffee do to deserve to be compared to adultery? You shouldn't insult coffee.
Why don't you understand the actual meaning of my words when you're so young and don't have a comprehensive disability? I'm saying you're the main dish and other women are desserts, which means you're not going to be dumped because of the desserts. This is why he hangs out with other women, because you don't understand what others are saying. Haven't you heard men turn out to however women treat them? He wouldn't be having fun with other women right now if you paid more attention to your husband than your career and had children with him. It's believed that when a woman fulfills her role well, the household remains peaceful.
Did you say I'm the main dish? Are you saying Mason having affairs is my fault?
You should be grateful to be recognized as his main dish. I don't find you worthy enough when you're older than my son and you can't even have a child. I really don't get it.
I don't understand why you mutter that I'm an old daughter-in-law just because my birthday is only 6 months earlier than his.
You're older than him, even if your birthday is just a day earlier. What I meant was that you should be merciful and forgive your cheating husband since you're older than him. I try to impart the wisdom of life since I have lived over 30 years longer than you. But instead of showing gratitude, you respond with impudence. You're my daughter-in-law, so I try like hell to like you, but I just can't. You are never good enough for my son.
Do you truly believe that favoring your own child while disregarding the feelings of your daughter-in-law reflects the wisdom of life, not even attempting to understand her? It is clear that such a mindset is not wise, but rather a manifestation of stubbornness fueled by forcefulness, pride, and self-centeredness. I can't help but wonder if you would express the same sentiments if you or your daughter were in my shoes. Talking about the absurd as the main dish and coffee. This conversation seems to have no further meaning or purpose, so let's just end it here. I now realize how foolish I was to anticipate any form of assistance or support from you.
Okay, fine. I'll tell him to cut off all ties with his mistress after he comes back from his trip. Satisfied?
Hello, I'm Danielle, a woman in my mid-30s. An ordinary woman who got married to a man I thought was humorous and genuine 4 years ago. My husband and I worked in the same building, so we often crossed paths and grew closer, eventually leading to marriage. My mother-in-law, despite me and my husband being the same age, always treated me as an older woman and saw me as a predator who took away her only loving and adorable son from her. She would call me several times a week and nag about trivial matters, pressuring me to have a child. However, I trusted and loved my husband, so I stood by it. Lately, though, my husband started not coming home in the evening from time to time, and even when he does come home, he only stares at his phone without showing any interest in talking or spending time with me. In the moment of wondering if he might have someone else, he suddenly announced that he was going on a trip to Hawaii with his mother. Something felt suspicious, so I reached out to his mother, and indeed, it was a lie. The feeling of being betrayed by someone you love is truly terrifying. But surprisingly, it helped me gather my thoughts. At that moment, when I was determined to return my husband to my nagging mother-in-law and get a divorce, I heard the news that he had been involved in a horrible car accident on his way to the airport with his mistress and was urgently transported to the hospital. I had already made up my mind to divorce him, so I thought it would be best not to show up at the hospital. However, as expected, my troublesome mother-in-law started causing problems again.
What exactly are you doing, huh? You don't answer my calls or respond to my messages. Are you trying to fight me or something? How can you be so indifferent when your husband suddenly had an accident and was rushed to the hospital? What kind of upbringing did your mother give you that made you so heartless? How can a person be so cold, no matter what they've been through in life? Even if your husband had an affair, he's still your husband. How can you not even bat an eye when he's injured?
Mason and his mistress had an affair trip and he had an accident ending up in hospital half naked. And now you're telling me to witness such a disgraceful sight? I don't deserve that.
He didn't undress with the intention of doing what you're thinking. He simply took off his clothes because it was hot. Unfortunately, he had an accident coincidentally. He was on his way to the airport, but was feeling too hot and wanted to take a short break on the highway before continuing. But then someone crazy rear-ended him.
Lucy, it's only 50 degrees outside. It's very cool, if not chilly, in the fall weather. And did you say he took off his clothes because it was too hot inside? Is the inside of the car a dry sauna or something? Even so, why would a man and woman who are not married go inside together? We're old enough not to believe that kind of crap, so let's stop denying the reality. They would have arrived at the hotel in Hawaii and been able to do whatever they wanted to do pretty soon. All they needed was to wait only for a few hours. However, they were so horny and weren't able to wait, or they chose not to wait and eventually took their clothes off in the middle of the highway? Do you know why they were rear-ended and ended up in the hospital? They were punished for being insane and promiscuous. I can't believe my husband is such a sick adulterer. It's so humiliating. Did he become retarded because he was crazy for his sexual desires, or was he born that way? What kind of upbringing did you give your innocent son that made him become such a horrible human being? I'm so curious. I really want to know. Have you accidentally fed him cockroaches or something? The way he behaves reminds me of the roaches.
Oh, stop babbling nonsense and shut your filthy mouth up. I fed him the most delicious dishes made with the freshest organic ingredients. How dare you call my son a cockroach? How dare you treat him that way? Have you gone mad? Do you think it's appropriate for you to say such stuff to your mother-in-law who's going through a crisis because her son is in critical condition? Stop with the nonsense and rush to the hospital right now. You have an obligation to take care of your husband.
I have absolutely no intention of taking care of your son or even visiting him. It should be your responsibility to take care of your precious son, whom you raised with love and fed with high-quality food made from the freshest ingredients. For the moment he decided to betray me and cheat on me with another woman, I was no longer considered his wife. Therefore, whether he is sick or in need of care, it's irrelevant to me. But it sounds like it's relevant to you, doesn't it?
What was that again? I'm in my 60s already. I'm overwhelmed to even take care of myself, and you're telling me to take care of an adult man in his 30s? How am I supposed to do that? Is that some kind of joke? Are you trying to be funny? You suck at jokes because it's not funny at all.
Do you think we were ever close enough to talk about jokes? I don't think so. I would joke with everyone and anyone in the world, but you.
Excuse me?
You always said you were furious about losing your only lovely son in the world. To me. You treated me harshly and told me to return your son to you on a regular basis. You know what? I was going to return him someday because I couldn't stand it anymore, and I guess right now is the perfect timing for that. Listen carefully. Mason is such a hopeless, useless husband who cheated on me and even ended up in the hospital paralyzed, but I'm sure he's still the most lovely creature in the world to you, right? So, I'm returning him to you. Please, take such good care of him and give him all the love you couldn't give because I took him from you.
Returning him? Do you think my son is a product or something? Besides, do you think you can return used goods? Are you trying to return him to me now when he became defective and disabled, after taking him without my approval and using him all you wanted for years? If you wish to return him to me, you should make him the way he was at the time you took him from me. You need to make him right. Why? Are you trying to say it's not possible? If you thought everything in the world would go as easily as you imagined, that would be a big misconception. What kind of business would accept returns for a product that was sold 4 years ago?
Are you admitting that your son is a product? If so, it would be even cowardly for you to tell me to take the human garbage out myself. You should take it out yourself if you want to. I say no to your proposal since it will smell awful and I don't want to get my hands dirty.
Would you stop calling my sweet son garbage already? Even though he's paralyzed and lying in bed now, before the accident, he was a handsome and amazing man. He was talented, caring, and diligent. If you had monopolized such an exceptional man for 4 years, you should take responsibility until the end. Are you planning to abandon him just because he has become physically inconvenient? Marriage is not a relationship where you swallow the sweet and spit out the bitter. It is about building a strong bond based on mutual understanding, support, and the willingness to work together through both joyful and difficult times. Mason is going through such a difficult time and he needs your help. This is the in sickness part, and you're supposed to take care of him until death do us part. Do you think you'll be able to sleep peacefully at night after betraying your husband like this?
What did I do to not sleep peacefully at night? I didn't steal goods, murder someone, or certainly commit adultery behind my husband's back like someone else I know. I don't understand why you're saying such stuff to me.
Aren't you worried about your husband? What he needs the most at the moment is your support and care. Wouldn't he come back to you if you sincerely became his hands and feet at his most difficult times? Help him go through his worst moments. And look at that adulterous bitch was also rushed to the hospital. I'm sure Mason will dump her and come back to you if you show him how genuine and caring you are. However, on the flip side, he might stay by her side forever without coming back to you ever again if you dump him right now.
He should stay with her. I'm letting him go. I would be better off if he goes to hell or heaven or whatever, so I'll be able to receive his life insurance payout.
What the hell are you talking about? Are you praying and waiting for him to die or something after he survived a horrible accident? Is your brain filled with such dirty desires to live a luxurious life with the money traded with my son's life? That's disgusting. How can you be so cruel? I was such a fool to consider such a vicious witch like you as my daughter-in-law. You know what? Sign the divorce paper and bring it to me right now. I won't stand by it anymore. Get a divorce and get the hell away from my son forever. I'll make sure to make your life a living hell by letting Mason marry that girl.
Are you sure she'll be interested? Marrying off a corpse could be difficult.
Seriously, are you insane? Stop talking about death. My son is not dead. I understand that you're shocked and you feel like it's the end of the world by getting dumped by my son, but you need to get your crap together. You will be punished if you treat someone alive as if he's dead.
I'm not saying our son is dead. I'm not treating anyone as if they're dead. You should listen to me when I'm saying it. I'm saying that Mistress who was rushed to the hospital ended up dead. What part of it don't you understand? Will I still be punished even when I'm saying the truth?
No way. Is that true? Did that bitch just die after making such a mess? She should be responsible for everything. She can't just die. That's too good for her. She's the one who made my son a cripple, and she just died peacefully without taking care of my son for once? I can't believe it. Do you think that makes sense?
Don't you think that such a reaction is a bit excessive given the current situation? For me, of course, it's only natural to feel upset and regard her as the object of resentment who committed adultery with my husband. However, for her family, don't you think her death would be very unfair and a deep sadness? They lost their wife and daughter overnight so unexpectedly. If I try to rephrase what you said from their perspective, Mason survived at the end of the day, regardless of his paralysis, while she died. They must feel extremely unjust about it and might even wish it was her who survived even with paralysis. What I'm saying is she died. You need to pay some respect, at least.
Oh, snap out of it, you idiot. Why are you defending her when she stole your husband and put him in the hospital? This is exactly why you were betrayed and neglected by your husband. You make me speechless. I beg you to wake up and face the reality. It's not your job to worry about that little witch's death or her family. Your job is to take care of your sick husband. I need to step outside for a second to run some errands, so come to the hospital right now and take care of Mason. Got it? Danielle, have you saved up some money? You should have at least have $5,000, right?
What money are you talking about out of nowhere?
I can't forgive that wicked little witch who made my son end up in hospital, so I managed to confront Mason and obtain his mistress's husband's number. I told her husband that since his deceased wife is the one who caused my son to be in such a condition, I demanded compensation for my son. I told him that he needs to pay alimony on behalf of his deceased wife. However, to my surprise, he responded by threatening to claim compensation from me. What is this all about? When I told him I absolutely wouldn't give money to him, he threatened to take legal action. He also said he would personally visit Mason's work and let everyone know what he had been doing, if necessary. What should I do now? Mason is already physically dead. I don't want him to be socially dead, too. Oh, I'm really stressed out, and it makes me hyperventilate. Send me $5,000 to my bank account immediately so I can pay him the compensation he's looking for. On the other side, you should claim compensation from him as well. That way, we won't incur any losses.
What kind of compensation and how can you claim it from a deceased person? I'm simply going to claim compensation from your son and proceed with the divorce, just so you know. If you had just remained calm, none of this would have happened, but you deliberately stirred up trouble, so you should deal with the mess you created on your own.
What is up with everyone? Why is everyone asking my son to pay them when he doesn't have that kind of money? Fine, he might owe you some money, but he doesn't have anything to give you right now. Ask for it later, again, when he goes back to work and gets his paychecks.
You don't understand what's going on, do you? When I called his work to confirm, I found out that he used me as his excuse to request a leave. He lied about me having surgery for cancer, and that's the reason for taking a leave. I'm completely fine and healthy, but he made up lies about me being the one causing pain, all for the sake of his affair. I was so outraged by his deceit, so I told them everything about it. I told them that I was never sick or had any kind of surgery. Rather, he got into an accident and ended up paralyzed in the hospital while having an affair trip with his mistress. They were so shocked. Don't you think he'll be fired sooner rather than later?
Oh my goodness. How could you do that to Mason? How could you turn away from your own husband so completely? You're so harsh.
Oh, cut the crap. I'm going to divorce your innocent son, so please stop calling me. After what happened, I received the alimony and divorced my ex-husband. Because he spent all the money on seeing other women, he had no savings, so he had to take out a loan to pay me the alimony. Even worse, he lost his job, and I heard that he's now struggling in his mother's house, leading a difficult life. Although he tries his best, finding a new job with his physical limitations will not be easy. My former mother-in-law, who used to adore her son so much, called me and urged me to remarry her son, but instead of responding, I immediately blocked her. I'm not crazy or having memory loss. There's no reason for me to be with him or his mother ever again in my life. I'm enjoying my life the way it is now, and I don't need them. Hey, Big Sis, how have you been all this time? I know you basically got disowned by the family even though you donated your kidney to me, but you are living a pretty good life right now, right? You've always been very persistent, even through the hard times.
Huh? Big sis? Last time I remember, I never had a younger sister. Who are you calling Big Sis?
Wow, time really just flew by, didn't it? 12 years. Wow. Rhea, you're still harboring the anger from 12 years ago? You still have not gotten over what happened? You have to learn to accept and just move on from that, or else it'll start affecting your health. You gave up one of your kidneys, You have to take extra care because you're living with one less bodily organ. If you keep on holding on to the past, you're just hurting yourself. How are you supposed to keep yourself healthy if you still mentally carry the burden of the past?
You have no rights to be saying all that to me. How dare you even have the courage to say that to me? We all know who to blame here and the reason why I had to donate my kidney. Stop acting like you don't know whose fault it was. You never once said thank you to me. You're so ungrateful and inconsiderate. Like you have no kind thoughts in your mind to even express any appreciation. You literally cried for days and kept on begging me like your life depended on it. You really made a big fuss and made me feel guilty. Not just that, you even made Mom and Dad kneel in front of me just so they can convince me to help you. Going through a surgical procedure just to help you is the biggest mistake of my life. I've always been treated worse than you, and have always felt discriminated against by our parents ever since we were little. They basically treated me as if I was invisible and only acknowledged my existence whenever they needed me to do something. And when you guys didn't need me anymore, you guys abandoned me. So no, I will not be accepting or getting over the past because I have no plans of forgiving any of you in this lifetime.
Well, who is there to blame why you were treated differently ever since? You say that they favored me more than you, yet you keep on harboring hard feelings toward your family like a little child. Why are you only making it seem like we're the evil ones here? All I did was ask you for help because I wanted to live. Is that a crime? And it is also not a crime for Mom and Dad to care for me more. How is it a bad thing if they just cared more for me than you? What's unfair here is you complaining over something that isn't even wrong. But come to think of it, Rhea, I think you're a really stupid person. I mean, you got kicked out as soon as you finished middle school because you kept saying you'll live on your own and you don't need us. You should have taken that chance to just cut ties from us and just really live on your own as if you never had any family in the first place. But then we shed a few tears in front of you and asked you to give up one of your kidney. And yeah, I get that you say it's the biggest mistake you ever did in your life. But you knew that kidney was going to me, yet you still ended up giving it to me and going through the procedure and all that. Then, right after the surgery, you got disowned by us again. And I remember how much you cried over it. It's so funny thinking back on how ugly your face was, sobbing and just crying. I mean, you were really desperate for us to take you back in, but for the second time in your life, you got abandoned by your own family.
You guys hurt me so badly that it scarred my heart forever. And to you, that's something to laugh about? Even strangers would never do that to other people they don't know. But then, you, on the other hand, is laughing over something so painful that your own sister went through. I mean, for God's sake, we come from the same bloodline.
We are half siblings. Be real. We didn't even come from the same womb. How can you call yourself my sister? If my mom hears that, she will really throw a huge fit. She'll get so angry to even think you're thinking we're sisters. You're not her child.
Ever since I was a kid, I always dreamed of finding my own biological mother. In my dreams, I am crying, and I am surrounded by emptiness. Not one soul or human in sight. And as I am screaming, "Mom, Mom," I wake myself up with the screams. And as soon as I open my eyes, my pillow is just soaked by tears that I cried overnight. But then when your mom saw me have those kind of dreams, she never once tried to console me. And Dad just completely ignored that I was crying my heart out in my dreams, and ignored me without even trying to make me feel better. And then there's you, the worst of them all. You would point your fingers at me, laughing as if I was some clown in a circus. And you kept telling them to spank me. Ever since we were little, I viewed the three of you as these monsters that were always trying to get me.
If you really want to find the real monster that you should have resentment to, you need to go find your biological mother. She's the real monster. How can a real mother just die on her own and leave her daughter by herself? What kind of mother is that? You have no right to making a monster out of my mom who didn't do anything wrong. My mom is just your stepmom. Why do you expect her to treat you like you're her own daughter? No stepmom ever does that. Were you always delusional and expected your stepmom would love you the same way she loves her real daughter? Be serious. I mean, you should be glad that she even fed you during the time you were at home. But yeah, sure. I mean, we shouldn't even have cared about you at all. You're just so ungrateful. And not once did you ever say thank you to Mom and Dad, even though they tried to be nice to you and give you food and shelter.
Give me food and shelter? Oh, please don't make me laugh right now, Mika. Ever since I was 7 years old, all they did was make me do house chores all day long, and they would only give me clothes to wear that they picked up in some donation box somewhere. They never once let me go to the library or extra tutoring because I had to be home to do housework. And they kicked me out of the house as soon as I turned 15 years old. Tell me why I should be thankful for them? What reason do I have to even feel an ounce of gratitude for them?
It is already enough that they provided you with basic level of education. That should be enough for you to feel thankful. You're not even my mother's child. Yet she still did that much for you. Did you expect her to support you all the way till college too? You know it is your fault why you have so much hatred and feel that it's unfair why your life is like this. It is because you expected the same treatment as me, the biological daughter. But you did not get it. That's why you have this resentment towards us.
But our dad is also my biological father. Why was he treating me like I was a stranger?
Well, it's really funny that you still have the courage to call him Dad.
Okay, yeah, fine. You know what? You're right. That person should never be called a father. He is nowhere near like a father. He's not even a good person. What kind of father discriminates between his daughters and second wife, and even physically abuses me, then kicks me out? That kind of person does not deserve to be considered a father. And 7 years after kicking me out, he calls out of nowhere and begs me to help his other daughter? Since he needed me and knew only I could help, he fakes it and cries and whines to me. I so badly wanted to say no to him at the time, but I somehow found the ounce of kindness I could give to my only sister, despite being half-sister. I really let my heart get the best of me. He gives me all these lies just to get me to say yes. He told me that we would all live together once again, under the same roof. That once summer comes, we would all go to the lake and swim together, have a barbecue party, or that we would all go camping somewhere and watch the fireworks show. Not only that, he even said that we would all go to a cabin during winter to ski and just enjoy some hot chocolate together near the fireplace and have a nice warm night. He was apologizing to me for all the hurt he's done to me and saying that we should still help each other out because we're family. He suggested we should all live together, with tears running down his face. Seeing that made my heart forgive him for a second. And in the end, he's still my father, and I hated seeing my father have to beg like that. I believed his crocodile tears, and it was those exact lies that made me give in and grant his request to help you. That's why I ended up donating my kidney to you. I was only in my early 20s back then, so I didn't know any better. I should have known. But then he switched on me as soon as the surgery was done. I have never seen a person change as fast as he did. What kind of father? No, what kind of person is that? He made sure to make it clear to me never to contact him, and he was even angry at me. Unbelievable. Just so fake and a user. And then all three of you blocked my number from your phone as if you all plotted it together? Actually, you guys probably did. Once again, for the second time in my life, I was abandoned by this same group of people who is supposed to be my family.
Oh my goodness, Rhea, are you done yet? Why are you ranting to me about all this? I don't know why you're using me as your rant buddy. Just please quit talking because I am tired of hearing you talk. I did not contact you again after 12 years to hear you complain about your life or vent all your resentment toward me or mom or dad, okay?
Okay, fine. Then what is it that you want from me? Surely you are contacting me again because you want something from me?
Stop trying to be funny. Why would I want something from a beggar like you? There is not one thing I would ever want from someone like you. The only reason I am contacting you is to keep you updated with how I am doing. That's it. Nothing more. Nothing less. Anyway, because of your kidney that you donated to me, I was able to attend college just fine. I graduated and found a job right after. I also met an amazing person and will get married to him soon. That's how my life has been since you gave me your kidney, and I just wanted to tell you that. My soon-to-be father-in-law used to own a really big company that had a huge profit, so he is doing well in terms of earning money and running businesses. My fiancé is also the same. He is working at a big company earning a minimum of $100,000 every year, with bonuses and lots of benefits. I basically met a person perfect, that lacks nothing, so mom and dad are super happy for me. You know how they are. They're super ecstatic for me to get married to this person.
Okay, so? I honestly don't care. Why are you telling me all this? Do you just want to boast that you're marrying a rich person? That's the only reason you're contacting me all of a sudden? After 12 years? You really must be super bored to be thinking of calling me just to tell me all that.
Well, people say to never forget the kindness of others, and that's what I'm doing. I am not forgetting your kindness. My future is looking super bright, and I just thought of you. Is that so wrong to do? I realized my life really started changing for the better the moment you donated your kidney to me. My life has been an uphill since then. Because of the pain and suffering you went through, I ended up with a super blessed and happy life, and I'm really sorry it turned out like this. But you will still congratulate me for my wedding, right?
Yeah, sure. Congrats. There. Happy? That's enough, right?
That's really funny that you even care to pretend when in reality you're filled with envy over my amazing life. Oh, and by the way, just for the record, don't even dare dream about coming to my wedding. We all know that you have nothing to offer, so nobody wants to marry you. And you're probably living alone somewhere. So don't think that you're invited to my wedding and find someone there. I don't want a beggar joining a special ceremony for me and ruining my wedding. Don't even think about pulling a Cinderella on my wedding, storming in uninvited and trying to call off my wedding. Don't even dare think of that, I swear.
Why don't you just worry about that ugly personality of yours and fix your attitude and character? Also, why would I even want to go to someone's wedding all of a sudden when I haven't talked or seen that person in more than 12 years? Make that make sense. Did you really think I care about you that much that I would plan all that you just said? I don't care about your life. Your brain is full of nothing but hateful thoughts. Do you think you will live a good life with that kind of brain?
I bet you would call up one of our relatives to figure out where the wedding will be. That's what you're going to do, huh? Our entire family, including myself, don't ever want to see your face at my wedding. None of us want to see even a strand of your hair. So please, for the love of God, do not come to my wedding. Got that?
Oh, babe, don't worry. I will not go within a 10-mile radius to your wedding, even if you begged me with all your life. And one more thing, please stop contacting me. Don't ever contact me again. Are you crazy? You really have lost your mind, didn't you? After all that, you thought it was a good idea to pour wine on my dress? What kind of bride does that to a guest who came to their wedding to congratulate her? What kind of ignorant person does that?
I warned you, didn't I? I told you not to come near my wedding venue because no one wanted to see your ugly face. I made it super clear to you not to come to my wedding, but you're just a slave to men, that you found your way to my wedding, and after all that you still blame me for what I did? Are you really that desperate to meet a man at my wedding? Such a beggar thing to do.
Oh, did you not see my husband sitting next to me at your wedding? You poured an entire pitcher of wine on my dress, and he saw all that happen. So he ran to get some napkins and helped me wipe off that red wine that ruined my dress. You didn't notice that guy?
What? That guy is your husband? Are you being serious right now? How can the CEO of my husband's company be your husband? There's just no way. That's impossible. So, the reason why you came to my wedding is because you are the +1 of my husband's guests? Is that why?
Yes, that is right. Your husband invited my husband and myself to your wedding. My husband decided to go to your guy's wedding not only because he is the CEO of the company where your husband works. Your husband is my husband's assistant at work, so we both got invited and we came to your wedding to show respect to your husband and congratulate him.
What? There's no way. Just no way. I can't believe this is all happening. What kind of a twist of fate is this? No, you should have told me. You should have told me ahead of time that you were married to the CEO of my husband's workplace. Then I would have been nicer to you. I wouldn't have done any of it. I really just thought that the only reason you came to my wedding was to meet some rich guy that you could marry or something.
It is really crazy that you could even come up with that kind of thought about someone. It's just so bad that you think people have bad intentions toward you.
I guess. But anyway, you won't tell my husband about any of this, right? You will keep quiet about what is really happening, right? I mean, you'll just tell him that I accidentally poured the wine on your dress with no bad intentions, right? And, most importantly, you will keep our complicated family relationship a secret from him, right?
Well, I think that's kind of tough for me to do. I can't really promise anything because my amazing husband will never lie to a special employee of his. So he won't be hiding anything and will tell your husband everything and the truth. After we tell your husband what really has been going on, what he does next is up to him. He is free to evaluate the situation any way he wants.
What do you mean you will tell him everything? Are you also going to tell him that you gave one of your kidneys to me? You won't, right?
That's like the sweet spot of this entire story, that your husband has to know. Of course I will tell him that. And didn't you say that you have no fault in any of this? That you never did anything wrong? If you or your parents really have nothing to be embarrassed about, then you shouldn't feel the need to hide anything from your husband, right? Why would you feel afraid for your husband to know the truth? Do you have a reason to hide things from him?
Okay, fine. Everything is my fault. I agree that part of it is my fault. Let me just go on with my wedding drama-free, and then I will meet you afterwards to apologize to you privately. So please don't ruin my wedding. Just please don't do anything that will ruin my special date, please.
Mika, it's not as simple as saying it's my fault. I feel no sincerity in that at all. It's like what people say. The world is a small place after all. I mean, you guys kicked me out and cut off any ties with me for 12 long years. And then after all the hurt and trauma I went through, we end up meeting again because of some reason, and now I have the chance to avenge myself for what you guys put me through. It really feels so satisfying that I now have this opportunity to take my sweet and cold revenge. What people say is true. Justice and good always prevail. Anyway, knowing how your husband's personality is, I think it's good to see that you should be worried about your marriage, right? You should start worrying about your married life, don't you think? You better have a backup plan or something.
No, just how can all of this happen? I can't believe it. It just does not make sense how a low class like you married a person like my husband's CEO. It just doesn't add up. I just cannot imagine you being the wife of a CEO that runs a conglomerate. There is no way you can be elegant and high class. You're not that level at all.
You can't imagine it, can you? You know, it's been 12 years. You don't know anything about my life. I am an elegant and high-class woman. I am fit to be the wife of a conglomerate CEO. It's just that you are so immature and childish that you cannot believe I am capable of what I have achieved. Just because you treated me so horribly before does not mean I can't be happy or live a good life, right? I mean, Cinderella did end up with Prince Charming despite getting treated like garbage by her stepsisters and stepmother, right? And they lived happily ever after. I'm so glad I was born in a different womb than you, or else I would have been born with such an ugly attitude like you.
Oh, just be quiet and stop talking nonsense. Hurry up and please stop my husband from leaving me. He literally just announced to everyone that he's breaking off this wedding, so please tell him to stop. Hurry up, please. Please convince my husband to stay with me.
Husband? What husband are you talking about? Last time I checked, you're not legally registered as a married couple, and your supposed fiancé just broke off your engagement and wedding, so I don't think you ever had a husband in the first place. You should be glad that you're one kind of a woman. You got separated with the same day you got married. Isn't that amazing? Anyway, I'm going to block you. Don't try to find ways to contact me. Let's never see each other again. Oh, and before I leave, tell your mom and dad that I told you this. I'm not sure if they've been like that because they were just born evil or what, but they aged really badly. And they just looked so distasteful and honestly disgusting. Make sure to tell them that. After that, my half-sister was immediately separated in the same place and time as her wedding. Her fiancé thanked me for the kind act that I did, but he said that he just could not get married to someone as awful as Mika. He said that he just cannot be in the same house with someone who is so ungrateful for other people's kindness, someone who has no good values or ethics. He despised her and just could not call someone like that his wife. And then there were her parents. They were angry and yelled and cried, saying that they're super upset about what happened and that I should be responsible for what happened. I predicted they would gang up against me again, but at this point, it was just funny to see how they were acting. With everything that happened throughout the years, I realized that life is like a boomerang. If you hurt others, that hurt will boomerang straight back at you. People say karma is real, and my life is pure evidence of that.
Max, are you sleeping? What are you doing?
No, I'm not.
Why are you playing that mobile game again?
I don't understand what the problem is. I'm just relaxing.
The thing that you should have done is messaging your mom.
You're also available for a phone call as well. Don't you know her phone number? If you're worried about it, you can do it yourself.
I understand, but it's not as simple as calling your own mom. When would be a good time for us to go see your parents?
I don't know. We might go there to see them in the near future. But I don't have a plan either.
Do you think we should leave early due to the expected traffic?
Why do you always follow up? You should try to relax and take some time to think about it.
We need to visit the grocery store and get ready for the Easter meal, too. The supermarket will be very crowded if we arrive late. Your mom hasn't said anything about it yet, though. We need to start working on a plan.
I have no idea what she's thinking or planning. I suppose she has a busy schedule at the moment. I suppose you shouldn't rush her.
No, don't just shrug like you always do. Could you please switch off your phone?
Please hold on a second. I need to finish this level of the game. I'm nearly finished. Completing the stages will only take a few minutes of your time. Please be patient.
Lately, why has your mom been acting so awkward around me?
Why? What's wrong?
Did you discuss me with her without my knowledge? I just don't understand her current behavior. She was genuinely kind and fond of me prior to getting married. What is the reason for her behaving towards me in such a manner? She treats me very harshly. I don't understand.
I have no reason to talk to her about you behind your back. What would I gain from that? Why do you doubt me? Do you have some problems that you should hide from me? What makes you doubt me? Are there any issues you need to keep from me?
It doesn't make sense to me. We have been married for a year now. Why isn't she texting me? This is our first family gathering since we got married.
Just wait for her to get in touch with you. I think she'll be messaging you shortly.
So, what is her plan then? What is it that she wants from me? Don't you typically handle the grocery shopping for our family dinners?
Why are you accusing my mom? She always takes the family event seriously.
Then should I plan and work on it on my own? You didn't inform me about anything. So are you saying that I have to do whatever they ask?
No, but I do visit someone with my mom on Easter.
Who? And where is it?
I mean, it's been a decade since my father passed away.
What is it that you need to complete?
Before he died, my father brought up something significant. I believe I should talk about it with both my dad's side of the family and my mother.
What? Who is that family?
You may not be familiar with them. You don't need to know either.
Can I also go there with you and your mom?
Well, I am not quite sure.
What is making you uncertain about everything? Please inform me if you have any ideas.
Yes, of course. I'll tell you soon.
Forget about it. I think we should start planning to have a child now.
I don't believe people are interested in having children nowadays. Why are you suddenly talking about having a baby?
We have to have a child. There are subsidies and tax deductions that can help financially, you know? I don't understand why you are unwilling to have a child. Why is that?
No, having a kid now is out of the question. Isn't it a bit premature to consider that right now?
My friends keep asking me when we're going to have a child. How much longer will just the two of us live together? You also need to consider our age. We are approaching our mid-30s, so it's not too early to start thinking about having a child.
We need to establish stability in our lives before starting a family.
You work for a large company and I'm a teacher. I don't understand what you mean by settling down. We make sufficient income to support our children and maintain our lifestyle.
Nope, I disagree. I totally disagree with you. Can we simply savor the moments of our lives now? Our wedding has just ended, so we need to take a break.
Did you receive any spring bonuses from work?
No, they didn't pay anything this time due to the poor economy.
Are you certain? None of the articles cover the issues in your company that you mentioned.
How can a large company disclose all of its information? There are additional things you have yet to notice. These are personal matters that you probably shouldn't be aware of.
Are you being sincere? I hope you are telling the truth.
We have only been married for 1 year. Do you really think I am being dishonest with you? What is the reason for your lack of trust in me?
I'm not saying that. There's no need for you to be dishonest. I have some confidence that you won't betray my trust.
I definitely don't cheat on you, and I don't have time to engage in dishonest behavior. You're aware that I'm too exhausted to pull an all-nighter.
You're right. I was sensitive because I wanted to make sure our first family event was well prepared.
Anna, why don't you go to the supermarket and get some groceries? You should be able to handle it on your own.
How can I know what to do? I don't even know what you usually have for Easter. I have just married, and how would I figure out your family traditions if you didn't tell me? This is so harsh to survive. If I couldn't reach you, I was about to ask my mom about it.
Anyway, we met regardless. If I allow you to do everything, your parents will accuse me of causing inconvenience to you. I prefer not to cause any problems with your family.
You already know the answer, so why are you asking me to do it? Certainly not. I'm happy to be here. My mother believes it is important for me to participate in Max's family gatherings consistently.
Is that so? I appreciate that your family is understanding about these things. There are people who would insist you go home to them. Another girl got into an argument about getting a divorce immediately after the Easter dinner, because I had her prepare dinner.
Who was that person?
Nope, simply disregard it. I made a mistake. In any situation, you should not behave in a way that my family disapproves of, like a finicky girl.
Yes, I understand. Certainly. I brought my diary to jot down notes about the traditions I shouldn't forget.
Our family gathering should feature indulgent treats such as chocolate cake or cheesecake. You got that?
Understood. We require the special desserts.
Do you have a talent for baking cakes or other desserts for Easter?
When I was in university, I worked at the cafe.
I made the right choice in selecting you as my son's new wife.
I didn't work for that long, though. I only worked as a waitress. Occasionally, I assisted them in baking cakes. Luckily, I am familiar with the recipes for those dishes.
I'm definitely confident that women should be able to make desserts. One girl was unaware of how to prepare the special desserts for the family dinner.
These days, not many people know how to bake. And many of my friends do not observe Easter. Is the girl you mentioned the same one as before? I'm not sure I'm following.
Have you ever encountered his former spouse? Oops.
What are you talking about? His former spouse?
I doubt you are acquainted with her. She used to be married to Mr. Brown's son.
Have you ever come across her? She lacked the skills to cook or handle household tasks, and she didn't adhere to Mr. Brown's instructions. I didn't know that his son had gotten a divorce. I saw them together a few days ago. Was there a misunderstanding on my part? No, I was referring to his son's former wife. After his divorce, he got married again. Why does she keep stuttering? She doesn't usually stumble over words. This, in my experience, is not at all typical. So, however, that's not the point now. Also, I think that an excellent ham is crucial during Easter dinner. Okay. Are you sure that you're writing them down? Yes, I'm taking notes right now. Yeah, did you hear from my son that I should meet someone this Easter? About what? During the Easter, I should visit someone with my son. Yes, I was just about to ask about that. What is it that you need? Do I need to make dinner on my own? You don't have to do everything all day. My son and I will only be gone for a short time. What was his opinion on the matter? Did he provide an explanation? He mentioned that it's important for you to see your cousin so you can talk about his will. Yes, he explained it in a clear and easy-to-understand manner. I think I've covered everything I needed to say on this topic. How long do you plan on staying there tomorrow? What do I need to do while you're gone? You'll be fine. Can't you be a little flexible? I'm not sure how long everything will take. I might be delayed by 1 hour. I can also arrive 2 hours earlier than I had originally planned. Life always goes like this. Things don't always go as planned. How can she expect me to do things while she's away if I don't even know what needs to be done? So, how many desserts should I prepare for tomorrow's dinner? Just enough for us to eat. I suggest that you bake 2 big cakes. 1 chocolate and 1 cheesecake should be good. Unless you want to make another one. 2 large cakes is already a lot of work. I have no idea. The decision is yours. There's no pressure. Just make enough for everyone. I don't need to spell everything out for you, do I? You're no stranger to my family gatherings. I don't have to explain every single detail, do I? Yes, right. Also, we need to buy some chips. Chips? As far as I know, you don't like to eat chips. I have never seen you buy snacks. And I remember that Max also doesn't like to eat them. I don't think it makes sense to buy them. But if you buy it, someone will eat it. There's no need to pick a fight with me. Then please let me know what kind of chips you would like to get. What do you want? Don't you know the chips they get for babies? For babies? I didn't know that we had babies coming. Just buy them! Stop trying to pick apart everything I say. Do you mean the soft rice snacks or other organic things that babies eat? Yes, like rice cakes and various other snack options. Also include some snacks flavored with milk. Is there anything else I should add? Do you have anything else you need to purchase? No, definitely not. Don't worry too much. Why is she behaving kind of dodgy? She looks like she's hiding something. You should include beverages that are popular with children, too. You should learn what children like. All right, I think she's clearly suggesting that I have a baby soon. Anna, have you got all that? I'm counting on you. Even though Max doesn't want to have kids, it seems his mother feels differently.
I need to go now.
Do you plan to return on time? Please let me know.
Yes, I will come as soon as I can. Don't worry about it too much. I'm going to see what's going on.
I don't want to be the only one making all the desserts while no one in your family lends a hand. I will be having a tough time for a few hours, so please bear with me.
I assured you that I understood. Please stop bothering me.
I'm not trying to annoy or hound you. It is important for us to spend time together as this is our first special family occasion since we got married.
Okay, I will make an effort to arrive on time.
Hello?
Hello, it's Katie.
Yes? What are you up to?
I'm a little concerned about how well you're doing with baking desserts for our dinner.
If I were her, I would just go back home instead of calling on the phone. What does she want? I'm really trying my best. It's a lot to do all by myself.
Are you complaining? I thought you would be fine. You've cooked for family events before, have you not?
I would always take part in the family celebrations whenever I was with my family. We all cooked together, so it was really fun.
Please refrain from replying to me. Bake the cake instead of making strange comments. That is the task you should be completing. That is your responsibility. I believe you will arrive soon.
How are you doing besides that? I can hear a baby crying. How are things over there?
You can hear that. It's just a baby in the street.
Can you please pick up some flour on your way home?
Why are you asking me that? Simply opt for the grocery store delivery service.
I don't think paying for delivery makes sense for just one product.
You can also visit the supermarket located right in front of the house. You are extremely lazy. Why are you behaving so foolishly? I won't acknowledge you as a part of my family, considering how incompetent you are.
How can you say that to me?
I want to see the cakes when I get home to make sure they're okay. Are you following me?
Certainly, sure.
How are you getting your time? How come you aren't reading my WhatsApp message?
I'm baking a cake and preparing for the family dinner.
I have no idea why, but I always forget that you are married. It's been long enough. I should get used to it by now. How are things? Big Easter dinner?
I'm feeling really low right now.
Again? You said you were feeling blue the other day, too. Aren't you getting along well with Max? He's a catch.
What? Why is he a catch?
He earns a decent income. Isn't he doing well at work?
He told me he didn't get his bonus, but I'm not sure. It doesn't make sense, right?
Are you serious about this? You think he's lying to you?
He told me that there is no such thing as a perfect economy. The company wasn't doing well this quarter and he didn't get a bonus.
Does that make sense? Can you check? Do you remember that my sister works at the same company? She told me she's traveling with her bonus, so I think she got hers.
I'm not sure what to think. He didn't really discuss it with me.
What are you up to now? Would you like to go out for a drink if you're not busy with your work? I also want to talk about something else.
I'm so sorry, but I have to be here. I still have to finish the second cake.
Why won't Max's family give a hand? Isn't that how it usually works?
I don't know what they expect of me. They should have provided a more detailed explanation. Max left nearly 3 hours ago. They haven't returned home yet, him and his mother.
Why is that? 3 hours? That's ridiculous. What are they up to over there?
My arms hurt. She taught me how to make a recipe specifically for our family. They are taking more time than I thought they would. She added that because we also have neighbors to share with, I had to make a much larger amount than I had anticipated.
It's too much to handle. It's your first family gathering and they aren't there for any of the preparation.
I know, it's not fair. But why did you call me?
I just wanted to ask you about something. Does your husband have a nephew or any relatives? I remember once you told me that they distanced themselves from their relatives.
Nephew? What do you mean? Max is an only child. Why?
Do you still remember how I switched to working at another kindergarten recently?
Yes, I remember. How is it going in your new place? Is everything good? I had a lot going on. I even forgot to ask you about how you've been doing. I'm sorry.
Yes, everything is all right. My supervisor is also very competent. By the way, I ran into Max last week at the kindergarten where I work.
What do you mean? Max, my husband? He doesn't have any reason to go there.
Because in the class I supervise, there is a boy who resembles your husband. This is why I assumed he is either Max's nephew or another relative.
Could he be a relative somehow? But he has never told me about it.
That's very odd then.
Did he recognize you?
I've only seen him from a distance.
So, I believe you may have misunderstood something. I hate to say it, but Max's appearance isn't particularly unique either.
That's true. But your husband and the boy have the same surname. Your new last name is Hart, right? I'm considering how uncommon your husband's surname is. Isn't it? I have been a kindergarten teacher for many years, and I believe his last name is quite uncommon.
That's true. I don't know what's going on.
He is probably another relative of Max. I think you should check with him once he returns.
Okay, thank you. I will talk to Max before anyone else.
Anna, we're home.
How are you able to arrive right now? Don't you think that it is too late? I can't believe you!
In any case, we are quite exhausted. Stop yelling! I have no energy to have an argument with you right now. Max has been driving a lot today. For nearly the entire day, he drove.
Where did you travel? I set up the entire dinner for our family event. Do you know that? This doesn't even seem logical to me.
Why do you act like that? I don't understand your problem. Don't start with my mom. She just came along with me.
You promised me that you would return as soon as you could.
There were a few issues over there. We kind of tried to arrive here quickly. However, that nasty girl blocked us from leaving. Please stop, Mom.
Who is that nasty girl?
Whatever it is not important to you. How did you prepare the meal? I'd like to see what you've done. I hope you've done well.
The family dinner doesn't matter right now.
What, then, is the issue at hand? There are no other things that are more important than our family tonight.
Do you not feel that you are mistreating me? You're not even concerned with me. All I wanted was for you to tell me your regret for leaving me to prepare the family evening by myself. I exhausted myself doing everything, and I just can't take this treatment anymore.
Isn't that ridiculous? Do you really need me to be there every second? It isn't anything that difficult. Max, please talk to your wife. She should raise her standards a bit, it seems. Do you truly believe that the way I am being treated is acceptable? Why do your wives behave like this? They always oppose me. Mom, maybe you should take a break. You're a little loose-tongued when you get emotional.
What did you say again? Are you two hiding something from me?
What are you talking about? What are we not telling you? Why do you constantly cast doubt on everything?
That seems very suspicious. Just a few days earlier.
We need to get back to the issue at hand. The Easter dinner. This is your first family dinner with us since you married into our family. Everybody will be so disappointed if you ruin dinner with your horrible attitude.
I don't mean to ruin anything. I'm just trying to talk to you.
You need to stop with all this yelling! My blood pressure! Do you want to see me lose my temper and faint?
This is so typical of Katie. How can she consistently tell me the same thing when she is in a difficult situation? All right, I understand. Can you promise to talk to me about this tomorrow?
What is going on with you?
I am not behaving in a way that is inappropriate, Max. You need to talk to me too.
There is no need for any discussion with you. I don't understand this argument at all.
You can't avoid this.
Right now, I'm really worn out.
I'm completely worn out. Exactly like you.
Are you trying to be funny or something?
That wasn't a joke. It's called sarcasm. I prepared the entire dinner. I'm tired. I just found it funny you would say you're exhausted from eating it.
Do you feel upset because I didn't thank you for all the effort you put in? What is the matter with you?
Are you implying that I am the problem? What do you mean?
Some days you're all sweet and then suddenly you're asking weird questions and angry with me. I can't keep up.
Are you serious? I've been talking frankly to you every time.
Why are you trying to ruin a perfectly good day? We held our first family dinner after our marriage. That's a milestone.
You guys keep saying that it's an enjoyable day all the time, but am I not considered a part of your family? Because I obviously didn't have a perfectly nice day. Don't you get that?
Why are you always yelling like this? Just calm down and relax.
Then I am asking you calmly. I have a question for you. Do you have any children?
Why do you believe I have a child?
Do you know Pia, my friend? She works as a teacher at a kindergarten. She mentioned seeing you recently, as she has started a new job at a kindergarten.
Is she sure it was me? I haven't been to any preschool.
She observed that the boy and you left the kindergarten together. Just be honest with me. And his last name is also Hart. Do you really have a child from a secret relationship? Do you realize that your last name is rare?
What do you mean by this? It sounds like a bunch of drama made up by a bored woman.
Do you truly not have any kids?
Undoubtedly, no. Are you kidding me?
I know it sounds crazy. I just wonder who this boy is.
Actually, I did go to a preschool recently. He is, in fact, a relative. He is my cousin's son.
Definitely? Are you really sure about it?
He asked me to take care of him, so I went there today.
You mentioned that you went for your father's will. You keep changing the reason you went, but why?
When my father was living, he looked after his family so well. My cousin and he were quite close. We had stuff to do together, so I dropped off his kid. What's the problem?
You better not be lying to me.
Why would I lie? Stop trying to cause problems where there aren't any. You keep doubting everything.
Don't act suspicious then.
I did not engage in any questionable behavior.
I'm completely finished either way. We just need to shower and then go to sleep. I don't want to get into a disagreement on a night like this.
Did you finish interviewing me? Thank goodness. It was getting tedious.
No, I'm uncertain. We need to talk more about this topic tomorrow. I've thought about it for a while. Now I think your mom, Katie, is actually very cold-hearted.
How are you already sensitive? I haven't done anything wrong yet. It's like you're trying to be difficult.
Keep in mind that I am only in my 30s.
Please stop it. I'm already past it. I am driving at the moment. We don't have time to delve into this.
Wait, what is that? Sitting in the rear of the car. I can't see it clearly. What is that?
What's bothering you now? Just tell me. What's the problem this time?
Isn't that a toy? What reason do you have for keeping it in your car?
That's because my brother's friend, I meant the son belonged to the brother of one of my friends. I told you before.
Who is your friend?
Do you still remember Sean, my friend? A child was born to his brother a few weeks ago. Sean is one of my closest friends. I'm trying to help him be a good uncle.
You're helping him. I had no clue that you cared so much about others. You say you don't want children, so I'm a little surprised. You're spending time with a baby now?
No, the current situation and economic conditions are not advantageous. The process of giving birth sounds horrifying, too. I'm not sure why you'd want to go through that.
That's only natural. If you're willing to spend time with a baby, why do you want to avoid having our child? Do you have a child that I am unaware of? You seem very distrustful now.
Again with this nonsense? I thought we agreed it was a crazy idea. Let's head home quickly. I'm burned out.
I'm sure that he is definitely avoiding saying something. Who is this? I'm getting calls from this number, but I don't know it. Hello? Hello? Is this Anna? Yes, that's right. Who are you? I would like to briefly see you. Sorry, but can you tell me who you are? Are you related to Max Hart? He's my husband. What's this about? Why did you reach out to me? What do you want to talk about? Do you know that I am Max's ex-wife? Ex-wife? He never told you about his marriage with me, right? You're his second wife, Anna. I guess you've been kept in the dark about a lot. What are you referring to? I thought this might be the case. That's why I contacted you. I really need you to explain everything. I have no idea what's going on. He hasn't shared any information with you about it, based on what I know about him and his family. I'm so confused at the moment that I even have a headache. I'm confused by the situation and your sudden comment. Take a moment to drink some water and relax. I'm fine. Let's get to the point. Are you trying to get back with him? Why do you want to talk to me about it? It's a bit of a mystery to me. You're a mystery to me. How can you even do it? What are you talking about? How can you be living with a man for 1 year and not know the truth? I am married to Max and we have 1 child together. I see. I was starting to get suspicious. I enjoyed the food you made. My child loved the cake and ham. Please make more for the next time Max and I hang out. Excuse me? What's that supposed to mean? Did you prepare all the dishes yourself this time? Max was playing with my son. Max's mother has researched all the amusement parks that are open during holidays for her grandchild. We had a great time when you were working solo all day. I have no idea what you're doing at the moment. I don't think I have anything to chat to you about, so I'm leaving now. Don't you feel frustrated? The fact that you're hearing all of this from me must be the worst part. Whether or not I am furious is irrelevant. And why do you tell me that exactly? What is your motive? Would you like me to split up with him so you can get back together with him? Not at all. I did not even expect that from him. Then why are you telling me everything now? You've kept it a secret for a year, too. He hasn't fulfilled his promises to pay child support and file for divorce. His mom keeps contacting me to see her grandson, but he avoids his basic obligations. So he hasn't been making his child support payments? Why? He kept putting it off, saying he doesn't want his wife to know about the child support payments. Well, now you know. Max will be required to pay child support following his divorce. Why are you seeing your ex-husband and mother-in-law over the holidays if you got divorced? That's up to me. What sort of person are you? Would you like me to share one more secret with you? What's that? He brought the food you made to my place after the holidays. I put a lot of effort into that family dinner. What about it? We all enjoyed them and shared it. So what? And the mood of that day was getting romantic. So we might have made a second child that day. Are you serious? You came here to tell me this? Wouldn't you rather know? Don't you think you should thank me for telling you? I don't think you should be so angry right now. Right. I'm glad I know. Do you know who I am?
No, I'm not sure.
You're Anna's husband, right? I have a lot to discuss with you. I'm the one that saw you at the kindergarten.
Pia, it's complicated. I'll talk to Anna about everything when the time comes.
Are you deceiving Anna? I can't understand why you would do that to my friend.
I promise to be truthful and explain everything.
Are you just toying with my friend? That is not acceptable.
I had no choice. I should have addressed all my issues, but there was too much going on. Pia, since you've never been married and don't have any children, you wouldn't understand.
I don't think that's the main issue when we talk about this problem. I don't think this is the way you should be behaving right now. How are you planning on fixing this? I heard that Anna prepared all the dishes by herself for Easter. How can you betray someone that does so much for you?
I know. I appreciate her a lot. I was just planning on buying her some surprise presents.
Oh, you mean with the bonus you were hiding from Anna?
How would you know anything about that?
Anna told me that your employer did not provide any bonuses for you. But I know that's a lie. My sister works at the company where you work.
Why don't we keep it a secret? It doesn't appear to be helpful for Anna or me.
Are you really going to deceive her and ask me to be a part of your lie? You never cease to amaze me. Does David even know that you have a different family? I suppose he should know the truth about his father.
Are you trying to mess with my life? What are you doing?
So does David know that you married again and have a new wife who is not his mom?
You know that you're nosy, right? You can't get involved with our family matters.
It isn't nosy. It is just a fact. And we would have to talk about it more. All David wants is for you to come and pick him up one day. Don't you think that I, as his teacher, know David better than anyone else? I see him on a daily basis, and I am more acquainted with him than the majority of people.
What have I done to deserve this? It is unethical to meddle in other people's family affairs. You have no right.
I am your son's teacher before that. Have you ever considered how confused he is about his mom and you? He is unaware that his parents have separated, and I am confident that your child wishes to see you reunite in the future.
That's the problem I'm facing.
Please make things right.
I'm trying to do it now. But again, it's not something I want to discuss with you.
At the very least, I am offering you advice as David's teacher and Anna's friend. If you don't deal with this, I won't stay quiet. This is your final opportunity to be honest.
Anna, we should talk.
Are you going to tell me something serious?
Do you share your problems with your friend?
What the heck do you mean? Why would I? I'm a grown adult. I do not talk to my friends about every tiny issue.
Why is your friend ignoring my family and me?
Whom? Are you referring to Pia?
Yes.
You're being aggressive again. Can you please tell me something specific she did? I doubt she meant anything.
Whatever you say. Please prepare dinner. You need to complete that task right now.
Do I just have to cook for you? That should be easy compared to a whole Easter dinner.
You're still mentioning that Easter dinner? Don't brag. That's really nothing.
Are you suggesting that I am bragging? I was diagnosed with shoulder inflammation during my hospital visit.
Hey, I mentioned to you before that you need to quit flaunting. No one will like you if you continue to behave in this manner. You only worked on that for a day. It was simply a dinner with family. Please stop making such a big deal out of it.
What were you doing that day? You had to leave the house when you knew I could have used your help.
As I told you earlier, I went to my cousin's because of my father's will.
Did your father leave you a wife and kid in his will? Is that what it is?
What are you talking about? Anna, you're sounding like a lunatic.
Did you believe you could get away with it? Were you setting up to live a life of lying?
Did Pia say that to you? Why does she keep acting so nosy?
Do you mean Pia, my friend?
Don't play dumb with me. This is because of that nosy friend of yours, isn't it? You two must have come up with some crazy conspiracy theory about all this. Why do you keep bothering me about this? Who does she think she is, that Pia? This is absurd.
What are you talking about? Your ex-wife approached me and told me your secret.
Are you serious? Did she tell you that?
She told me about how you were married and have a son. You managed to hide it from me this whole time. Why? You should have at least talked to me and told me about this before we got married.
Did I have an obligation to tell you?
I've heard that you didn't fulfill your obligation to pay child support. She threatened to take legal action against you and recommended that I should divorce you. She hinted that she may be pregnant with another child of yours. Were you planning on continuing like this? Or were you going to ask me for a divorce? Was that your plan?
No, please, let me explain.
Since we don't have kids, getting a divorce might be simpler than I imagined. Is that why you didn't want children with me? To make the divorce easier?
Don't talk like that. I want to talk, but you have to stop being so aggressive.
I have no interest in hearing your excuses. Ending the marriage is the only solution.
How can you mention divorce so easily? It may not be as simple as you think.
Should I keep living with someone like you? I will overcome the divorce, regardless of the difficulty. You left me to toil in the kitchen and snuck off with your mother to see your ex-wife and son.
I mean, she told me to come over and see David during the holidays. It was just that my mother had been waiting a long time to hold a grandchild. She always had a strong desire to be a grandmother. I don't feel anything for Jolene. I just had to take my mother to see David.
You have a child together, but you don't have feelings. She told me you two slept together.
That's a lie. I would never cheat on you.
You already betrayed me and lied to me so much. How am I supposed to believe you?
I'm sorry. I've made a mess of things because I didn't tell you about any of this when we met. The truth is, I had just divorced Jolene when I met you. She was declining visitation and making accusations, so I didn't want it to affect our relationship. And my mother, she wants to see David, but can't stand Jolene.
Okay. So you're saying you just lost the timing to tell me all this? You still took off with her while I was making the Easter dinner. No, I don't think I can accept your word for it. Is it true you haven't paid your child support?
Well, yes. We had an argument a few months back and I stopped payment. It was because she was letting her boyfriend use her account.
Oh, that does sound like a problem. Again, I need to confirm this with someone else.
You really can't trust me anymore. Do you believe that I love you?
I'm not sure. Why don't you want to have children with me? Please be honest.
David was taken away from me when I broke up with his mother. I tried to make sure he didn't see the fights, but I'm sure it affected him. Considering how my mother is, I started thinking I should wait. She could drive you away, just like she did with Jolene. Now the whole mess has hit the fan.
All right, Max. Let's talk with your mother and Jolene, all together, and figure this thing out. If you're actually trying to do right by your child, I will try to be understanding. I'm still not convinced of anything, though.